Russia and China are completely weak. They have done absolutely nothing and fuck all to defend Iran. They did this with Syria, they did this with Venezuela, and now they're doing this with Iran. This just shows you how weak and incompetent the Axis powers are. Yes, I'm calling them Axis powers because it's basically, we're in another Cold War. That's what we're in. We're not in like some sort of age where World War III is going to happen, but our power within the West is still superior to all these people who pretended so hard that they were powerful. This just proves that Iran and all these countries were fucking jokes. These were dying empires that the only reason why Iran was even a thing is because of China and Russia was propping them up. They were the vast majority of their oil supply. Their currency, it's worse than a Zimbabwe dollar. Like, I think it's 5 USD. You could be a millionaire. Like, you just need 5 USD and you're a millionaire there. And I think you just need like a few $100 and you're a billionaire there. Because all the currency of Iran is useless. It's worthless. Now, is China, is Russia going to defend them after we basically attacked them? You know, we're in an air war now. We killed the leader. No, they're not doing anything. The people there are actually cheering. Because they're tired of the fucking dictatorship. They're tired of it. Because you gotta remember, it's a bad sign when you know that most of the population doesn't want to deal with the current government. And people say, well, the people won't like the Shah either. Well, you know what? People want something different there. You gotta remember, Iran has always been more secular than most Middle Eastern countries. If you look in the 70s, there were women who wasn't even wearing hijabs. They were happy. Like, Iran was actually quite advanced for what they were. You could consider them the first world nations within the Middle East. People like say it's like, the Israel's like the only ones. Like, no, Iran was. You know, it was a Muslim country, but it still was quite advanced for its time. Like, its infrastructure still there and quite advanced still, even after how much, poverty has happened there. And China and Russia won't back them. Because the people there they taste what the West has. And they want a piece of that pie. They want to be westernized. They don't want to be a theocratic autocracy. They're a different culture compared to most Muslim cultures. Most Muslim cultures are actually going quite secular now. This age of radical Islam is starting to go away. You're starting to see Muslims where they're acting like Christians of today, where, they believe in, Allah and all that, but, they're quite secular. Like, literally, I met Muslims where, yeah, well, you know the Muslims. It comes to, like, outside of language and all that, you wouldn't know the Muslims. You just wouldn't know. They don't try to push their religion down your throat. They may do the pray 4 times a day, I think it is, or whatever. But outside that, there's some, it's like even the women are not even wearing their hijabs because they realize how barbaric it is. Like, they want change. They want to experience the first world nation, because the fact is, the alternative to the first world Western nation, it's shit. Why do you think all these migrants try to come in the West? People like say, well, these people shouldn't be in here. I agree. I think they should have due process and they should learn English. And I think the reason why they don't want to learn English is because they're quite racist. The fact is, people go to countries en masse because it's superior. Yes, the reason why you see all these Mexicans come over to America, it's because Mexico's shit. Why people from the Middle East go to Europe? Because their country's shit and they want a better life. Do I think they should come here en masse? No. But do you blame them? The country's shitholes. And the only other solution is regime change, because these countries are run by dictatorships. And the people within these countries, like Iran, they understand the only way their country is going to get better is that the regime needs to be westernized. It needs to be westernized. It needs to have a form of democracy. It needs to be more secular. Because the infrastructure of Iran could be like in the 70s, where it's actually good still. They need a new leader. They need to either go back to the Shah, or they need to have prime ministers like in Europe. And quit with its Muslim theocracy bullshit. It doesn't work. It's a failed system. What we're seeing now, with all these countries falling, all these Axis powers falling, it's because they are inferior. Syria fell because it's inferior. Now you can say, well, it's run by now a radical Muslim. It's still better than what they are. They're backed by the West, so they're going to be better. It shows you how much more powerful we are. That even with us attacking Iran, which was kind of the red line, because people said that if you attack Iran, World War III will happen, and nothing has happened. This is what happens. Now, I don't think it's good to attack Iran. I think it's stupid. I think we should show more soft power and diplomacy. But what's the point? Now, do I think Trump is doing it out of, tactical reason? No, it's because he's afraid that the Epstein files were released because of Iran, so he's trying to get rid of them. And, Israel's kind of blackmailing him because that's the way it is. But at the same time, it's like, someone like me, I think what's going on with Iran, it's kind of deserved. Because, I'm a big supporter of Ukraine. So, seeing Iran being toppled over and seeing them experiencing like a quarter of what Ukraine has to deal with every night, it doesn't really bother me because I think they kind of deserve it. It's that kind of thing where if you was principled, yes, we should go after Iran, but not because of, to help Israel. No, because they're the reason why so many drones come to Europe and attack Europeans. We're in war. We've been in war. They're going to use nukes. They don't do shit. They literally don't do shit. You know who they've been attacking? Their allies. The fact is, this is like the last major power that's gone down. Now people making memes saying that Vladimir Putin or Kim Jong-un or Xi Jinping is next, because that's just a fact. These empires are being toppled over. It's because the people don't want them. The people don't want them. The people don't trust them. Are they powerful? No. Why isn't China step in already? Why hasn't Russia stepped in already? Well, Russia can't do a 3-day special military operation. They have over 2 million people dead. 2 million. That's a quarter way towards the Holocaust when it comes to the death rate with the Russian people. They failed. Russia and China are weak. America is still, by comparisons, it's like comparing ants to a person. We are just that massive. There's not enough ants to kill us. Because the West is just superior. It is just superior. We proved that we won. Now, what Trump is doing is what neocons have been trying to do for years. And he said, why are we winning now? Well, because these people, the people of Iran, don't like their dictator. And another thing is, we're not trying to send in ground troops. We're literally just, attacking the weapons that they have, the few weapons they do have. And the only thing they're known for is their drone technology that they send to Russia. Now that's going to be over with. And people say, well, they're going to now take away the oil. We got Venezuelan oil. We have no issues. We won. These people have lost. It's sad knowing that, all these tanky communists and these fake white nationalists trying to say this is bad, World War III. And it's like, no. I was going to make a video talking about how Medicare's principles have changed. But at the same time, it's like, I wouldn't say what he's saying is wrong. It's just that he's just a Trump shill. But he is correct. He is correct that what we're doing is somewhat good. But it's not what Trump's principles was. What Trump is doing is what the neocons would have done. You know who would have done that also? Kamala or Obama or anyone. It doesn't, it doesn't make any sense. No new wars, yet we're doing a war right now. Now, as I said before, do I think it's bad for us to do this? No. Not really when you think about it, because these people have been killing white people for some time in Ukraine. All the Ukrainians are loving it. Because that means there's not going to be any drones hitting them. Like, legitimately, I think it's only Iran that's a majority of how Russia's getting their drones, because all their factories are being destroyed by Ukraine. And Ukraine are, getting stuff from Germany now and Europe. And they also make their own drones because they've been superior when it comes to drone technology. But with Iran, they've just been mass producing drones for Russia. So it just showed you how over it is. The BRICS, or whatever you want to call themselves, it's over. They lost. No, China's not going to do well. South Africa is not going to do well. Brazil is not going to do well. India is not going to do well. Russia is not going to do well. None of these countries are doing well. They failed. Everything about it. Are you communist and fascist? You lost. And it's because the fact is democracy is just better. The Western values are just better. And I do mean Western values. And I don't mean by the fake astroturf, these fucking white nationalists, these fake white nationalists who, cheer on the death of Ukrainians, don't understand, knowing that actual white nationalists, like people who believe in white nationalist principles, would be pro-Ukraine. They would be pro-Western. They would not support China. They would not support Russia. Our founding fathers would have supported this shit. And you people try to say, well, it's greener on the other side. China and Russia are weak. They're not helping Iran. Technically, the third of the, it's technically Iran, Russia and China are the big players of the Axis powers. Maybe North Korea. But those three are the big ones. And the major persons just got taken down. And they're not defending them. And they guaranteed defense of them if they get attacked. And they're not defending them. Because Russia has lost millions of Russian soldiers. And are trying to import millions of Indians to compensate. Like the West is doing when it comes to their migrant crisis. And China, they don't have anything either. Which just shows you how weak they are. It was all bark, no bite. You lost, all of you.